Hi guys, hope you're all well. So I've created this look which is Kim K inspired kind of wet look hair, and the makeup styling I've gone for is like a rainbow cut crease with glitter on my eyelid. So it's a very quick tutorial. Enjoy. Hi guys, so I'm going to create this rainbow cut crease look. So as you can see, I've got beautiful colors on my above the crease, and then on my actual lid I've got 2 shades of glitter. So it's a beautiful cut crease with glitter on the lid. So firstly, to create the base, I'm using the P. Louise Ruma in 02. So that will just hold the eyeshadow in place and make it last long. So I'm applying that base on the eyelid from the lash line to your brow bone at the top. Just make sure it's all covered, and then apply a little bit on your bottom lash line as well, and just give it a good blend. Okay, so after you've done that, you could start working with the colors. So when I've done this, I'll be honest, I was just improvising and I just used whatever colors that came to my mind. So the color that I'm going to be using is Stacey Marie Artist palette. So it's this one. It's the Carnival palette. This is her second palette. It's the XL Pro palette. High pigment, day and night, vibrant colors, shimmer and glow. So she's got the eyeshadows here, and then you've got your highlighters there. Yeah. So the colors that I'm going to use to start off with, I'm going to go for Nude. So this is a green color here. So I'm going to start off with the dark green. So I'm using one of my Asia Glam fluffy brushes. I'm using the Nude and applying that just on my crease, just slightly above my crease on the outer edge. So I'm just using that just here. Okay. So the second color that I'm going to use, I'm going to change my brush because they're strong colors. Second color that I'm going to use, I'm just trying to look because I improvise. Second color I remember using was this funky, this fuchsia pink is very, this fuchsia pink is very bright and vibrant. So I'm going to use this second color. I know it looks quite scary, but one thing about makeup, when you blend, the color might look scary, but when you blend, it does soften up. And also with your skin, after an hour or so, the makeup definitely softens down, oxidizes with your skin. So as you can see, the more you blend, the softer the color becomes. Okay, so that's the pink. Then I'm going to go and get another brush, and I'm going to use the lime green, okay? Ecstasy. So this one's going to go above the dark green. So I'm applying that slightly higher up to the dark green that I've used, which was Nude, okay? So you can see that green. Then I'm getting another brush, and I'm going to use, where you see the light pink, I'm going to use a different pink. So I'm going to use Makeup, which is this one. Makeup, which is this one. Okay, it's called Makeup. So I'm applying that just above that light pink. All right, so now what I'm going to use is a yellow. So it's keen, it's this vibrant yellow. I'm going to use that just above that pink that I've used, so literally just under the brow, and then you just blend it in with the lime green, the Ecstasy, so you can just blend it in to kind of together. Okay, so that's our color. Now what I'm going to do, go back to my dark green brush. Let's see where my dark green brush is. Yeah, that one. And just connect it. Okay. Just give it a final blend. Okay, And then I'm gonna go and get my pink brush and give it a final blend here as well. Okay, so all the colors are on there. Now I'm ready to cut my crease. I might just add a tiny bit of that green, the ecstasy. So I'm just adjusting the color if I want to add more, blend, so you're happy with it. Okay, so that's all my colors added. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my cut crease to cut the crease now. So I'm going back to my P. Louise, and I've got a tiny bit of the product, don't need a lot, and get a tiny little brush, concealer brush, and how you do this is you literally you're cutting the crease, so you're kind of going over it. Make sure you do it slightly higher, so when you blink it doesn't create that line. You can see there's a line that is created, so make sure you go up that line and you give it that small, like you clean it up. There we go. Okay, so I've literally just filled it in and I'm just going over it to give it the coverage. If you wanted the colors to be much more brighter, of course you could put more color on it, but I'm quite happy, you know, I want to go a little bit more pastel-y today. I don't want it as prominent, like really strong, because my outfit is a bit more softer. You'll see the look will go nicely with the outfit. So that's me cutting the crease. I'm gonna just let that dry up a little bit because it is wet. So what you can do, you could dab it down slightly, and here I'm just gonna take it down. Okay, so let that dry up. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I need to apply the highlight on my brow, like in my inner eye. So you can see I've got highlights here, so I'm going to apply that on here as well, and I'm going to actually highlight maybe the brow bone as well, because I've not done it on this, but I'll maybe do both. So to do that, I'm going to use the Doll Beauty, it's a pigment, it's Hamburg, and it's a beautiful iridescent kind of a gold shimmer. So it's absolutely stunning. So I'm going to use this Doll Beauty pigment. So you could see how stunning this is. Absolutely beautiful. I do love pigments, especially when I'm going out. It just gives you that pop of glam. I mean, you could see it pops. Okay, so I've got that on there. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to shade a tiny bit of green, same on the outer edge. So going back to Nuke, which is the dark green, I'm just going to shade that in slightly. Giving it a nice final blend. Okay, so of course if you don't want to use glitter, you can use eyeshadow. I mean, there's lots of different things you can do to it. You can just use eyeshadows, put mascara, lashes, you're done. But I want to put a bit more glam on it because I just love that. Okay, so what I'm going to do on my eyelid now is I'm going to apply some glitter. So these glitters, I'm going to have it on my, I'm actually coming out with a beautiful glitter mix, like a little potion jars, and they will have various different types of glitter in there. And one thing about glitter, you don't end up using much, you just use a tiny bit really. So I'm looking forward to yeah, coming out with those glitters. So what I'm going to do is apply some lash glue. You can use glitter adhesive, or you can use lash glue as well. So I'm literally going to apply the lash glue on my lid. Where I've got my crease that I've cut out, I'm just using the lash glue on that lid. Okay, now going back to a tiny little brush, like I normally use my concealer brush, I'm going to use the pink glitter. So this is the pink, oops, this is the pink glitter that I'm going to use. Okay, so if you can see, it's just glitter, I mean glitter particles. So I'm going to use some of this pink on my inner eyelid first. Close my palette, don't want glitter. So one thing you should do when you're wearing glitter, if you're not confident with glitter, maybe put some powder underneath and you can dust it off. But you do need to stay close to it when you're applying glitter. So I'm literally patting it on. I'll do the first layer and then I can go back and do a second layer to intensify the glitter, to give it that strong look. So it's fully covered and there's no transparency or see-through gaps. I have actually got two different glitters. One has got some like little particles in there. So this is the plain glitter first. And the second glitter that I'm going to apply, I'll show you. Okay, so this is the first glitter. And now to show you the second one has like this hexagony kind of pattern. Well, that's the shape, but it's got kind of pink with a unicorn kind of greeny blue effect to it. So you'll kind of see it. Focus ain't right, but you'll see it on my eyes. Okay, so I'm going back with the second round of glitter. So I'm applying a bit more glue on my outer edges because I want this glitter more on my outer than my lid. Okay, so I'll give it a few seconds for it to just get tacky. So then I'm going to start picking up the product with my little brush. So what I might do is just touch the glue. So I've got a tiny bit of glue and then it picks up the product. You can see that picks up the product and then I can literally just start tapping it into place. So you can see kind of the effect it creates. It kind of gives it a bit more textured on your eyelid. So it kind of looks like you've got jewels in your eyes. I could just sit for hours, just create looks after looks, because I do get excited by doing makeup. Okay, so as you can see, that's the effect it gives. Now, I'm very lightly going to just do a very thin liner with my Maybelline liquid liner. Very thin one. So I'm using this product, literally. Okay, so as you can see, very, very fine line. And then I'm just going to draw a fine line. I like to create a little bit of a eagle eye. Okay, so I've got the eagle eye, and now on my waterline I'm going to have black. So you could use black, you can use black gel liner on your waterline or anything black creamy. I've got this, it's like a kajal. My sister got it from Saudi Arabia. So it's just a black creamy kajal that I'm going to use. So I'm literally going to apply that on my waterline. It's really nice and creamy. So, and it's black, darkest of the dark. Okay, so that's the kajal done. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of a smoke. Okay, so firstly I'm going to just get a tiny bit of black from the palette, lights out, tiny bit of the black from the same palette, and I'm just going to smoke that. So all I'm doing is literally doing small strokes of line underneath. Okay, just making the look. Next thing that I'm going to do is use the dark green, which was Nuke. Okay, going back to the same palette, use the dark green Nuke. Okay, so I'm kind of going to use the dark green halfway. Okay, with my fluffy brush, I'm using my fluffy brush. Okay, you can see that, and I'm using that literally halfway on my bottom lash line. Get a nice blend so you can see that. Next thing that I'm going to do is get the pink. Okay, so going back to the palette, so I'm going to go for funky, that hot pink, which is this one. This one, the hot pink. So I'm going to use that hot pink, literally the remainder. So we halfway we've done it with green, smoky, and then we're using the pink on the remainder, connecting it to the gold or the Doll Beauty pigment that we've applied. If you find one is looking stronger than the other, just try and even it out. Yeah. Okay, it's looking good. I'm liking it very much. Of course, if you want to smoke it out more, you can add darker colors, but my outfit, you'll see, is quite soft, it's quite pastel-y, so I don't want to intensify it too much. I'm quite happy with that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is apply my lashes. Before lashes, you could quickly use a tiny bit of mascara. Well, you could curl your lashes and then use your mascara. I don't have much of lashes, like I don't have many lashes, so I'm just going to use a tiny bit of mascara on the lashes. Any mascara will do. I'm just using this MAC one. I'm using the MAC Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. Okay, so mascara and then lashes. Before I do the lashes, I'm just going to quickly touch up on my eyeliner very lightly, very lightly. Okay, and now lashes. So the lashes that I'm going to be using is from my Carew Couture. Can't really see them that well. So I'm just going to Some lashes you might need to cut depending on if they're long for you. So you always measure it from the front to the end and position it and see how it looks. So with me, I find one eye is shorter than the other. So like with this one, I don't need to cut it. But on this eye, I do find my eyelid, the eye is slightly shorter than the other one. So yeah, if you do need to trim it down slightly so it doesn't hang down, because otherwise it can give you droopy eyes if you don't cut it. It could just be hanging from the side. So I'm just going to quickly put this lash on. So give it a few seconds for it to get tacky. Sometimes I do like to get a cotton bud just to give it a little, position it and then dab it down. I'll let that stick. Okay, that is the look. That is the look. Before I finish up, actually, I did want to add a tiny bit of that Doll Beauty, that highlighting powder that I used on my inner eyelid, which was Doll Beauty a Humbug. I'm going to apply that on my brow bone very lightly. Just a little bit of dust. All it is a little bit of shimmer dust to give it that little sparkle. If you want to build it up, you could apply a little bit more. Just gives it a little bit of, and then give it a final blend. Because I do want it to show the rainbow, you see, so I don't want to cover it up too much. There we go. And then again on this side now. Okay, so I don't want too much, then it covers up my beautiful work that I've done. Okay, so there we go. So that is the look, and hopefully you guys like it. You will see me with my complete look shortly. So that is the end of the eye tutorial. Hey guys, so I've just put my wig on and I'm now going to style it. So I want to go for that wet look here, and to do that, I've kind of, my hair's looking quite rough now. I've literally just cleaned my lace and put it on, so there's no style on this at the moment. So firstly, what I want to do, I want to go for that wet look. So I'm going to just get my water can, and I'm literally just going to wet my hair all over the hair. Okay, I'm just going to wet my hair, so just to give it very, just giving it a nice wet look. Now we'll put products in it as well. Firstly, I just want to wet it a little bit just to get it a little soaking first, because I've got a lot of hair on. I'm just going to do it bit by bit, and depends if you want texture in the hair as well. If you do want texture, what you can do is maybe curl the hair first and just spray a little bit of, tiny bit of water that softens it down, but more likely you'd be using mousse or gel to give it that hold. So I've kind of slightly wet my hair. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to use on my hair is from Aveda. This is a hair product that is a style prepper. Okay, so before I style my hair, I'm just going to use this product just to prep my hair. Okay, just literally spray. It's got a lovely smell to it as well. I love Aveda products. So it's just a prepper, so it just protects and preps your hair. So it's got here, infuses hair all day, weightless volume. It's just a pure abundance style prepper. So okay, so I've got that product on. Okay, so that is looking nice, and it smells absolutely, it's kind of like when you come out of a spa, it smells really nice. So that's that. Next thing that I'm going to apply is an oil from Aveda as well. So it's for dry hair. I mean, my hair, every hair does dry up because I do style my wigs as well. So it's remedy oil. So for dry hair, it's moisturizing oil. It's for professional use only. So I'm literally going to show you what that is. So it's again from Aveda. So I'm just going to get some of that oil, and I'm just going to apply that over my hair. Again, all Aveda products, the smell is absolutely divine. It just kind of feels like you've come out of a spa. Such natural ingredients they use, and it's just really nice. Really nice. Okay, so that's the oil just to protect my hair and keep it nice and moisturized. Okay, so you can see how that is looking. So the next thing that I'm going to apply is so this one is actually so you could decide at this point, do you want to go kind of really wet look? Do you want it to be hard, or do you want it just to be natural soft? So if you want it to go hard and go for a full-on wet look, and if you wanted those kinky curls, I'd recommend you go for gel. I personally want to just go for mousse, only because I just want a light wave, kind of light wet waves. I don't want to go for too much of a hardcore, you know, hard, bold, kind of wet look. So if I wanted like crimpy hair, for example, I'd maybe curl my hair and then put gel on it, because I would want it to stay. But with this look, I want a bit more of a softer look. So I'm literally just applying my Cutcrease foam wrap lotion. So it's this one, Cutcrease. I use that with a lot of my wigs for styling the hair, and also you could, I suppose, use it for wet looks as well. It's really nice. And I've got a stick, wax stick as well. Cutcrease is really nice. So there we go. So that's the mousse applied to my hair. Okay. I think I want to give it a bit more wetness. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little bit more wetness to the hair. Yeah. So if you did want it like really hard hold, you can use, again, got to be ultra glued styling gel. So you can apply some of this product, the styling gel, with some water and literally put it onto your hair, and it will give you that wet look, but again, a nice hold as well. So I'm just applying a little bit more. I've got a lot of hair, as you can see. Look at this. That's a lot of hair. So I just gave it a final round of water, and now I'm just going to put a little bit more mousse at the front. One thing about that wet look hair I mean, hair does start drying up. So to be honest, it doesn't stay wet look for too long until it starts drying out. But when it does dry, it'll kind of dry into what you create, you see. So if I kind of leave it like this, it'll just dry up as this, but maybe just carry like a mousse with you, depending on, you know, or something that gives it that gloss, or even a product like a shine spray that will just give it that gloss or like a polish to the hair, so it still has that look, you know. Depending on what parting you want as well, like you could decide if you wanted center parting. So looking at mine, depending on what parting you want, if you wanted center parting, you could do center parting as well, depending on what parting you like. I do like wet look. Okay. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to use is this one adds shine, again from Aveda. I used to have a lot of their products. I've not used it for a while, to be honest. Thought I'll get it out. So this one is adds shine, smooths the ends and conditions the hair, and especially if you've got coarse hair, it will just give it that smoothness. Again, it's like a serum, so it will give it that lovely shine. Don't want it to look too smooth. I want it to look a little wet and kind of like messy. Right, I want it to look like that. Okay, and then when you're happy with it, I'm going to add a little bit more of that. This is absolutely amazing. Okay, which is that adds the shine. So it's brilliant, Aveda Brilliant, and that's a finishing gloss. So I'm just going to use a little bit more onto it. And then you could finalize by spraying it. Okay. Okay, depending on what parting you want. If you like center parting, and then again final spray. So this is the Firm Hold hairspray. It's absolutely amazing. It does hold the spray, and it's got a beautiful smell to it. Ooh. There we go. I think I prefer side parting. I'll sort that out in a bit. But there we go. That's your final look. Okay, so like the products that I've used. Okay, so I've prepped the hair with the Aveda Style Prep. Second product I've used was the Dry Remedy Daily Moisturizing Oil from Aveda. Third product was the serum, so that was the definer, shine, smooths and conditions your hair, especially coarse hair, that one. And the last product that I've used from Aveda is the spray. Okay, so it's a Firm Hold spray, and then I've used the Cara Care mousse if you want to have that very natural looking hair, like that wet look hair. If you want it a bit firmer, stronger, you can use the Got To Be glue, apply the spray with water and then use the gel on top, like literally putting the gel on your hair like this. Okay, so hopefully you guys like my hair. Now I better put my outfit on.